This is RegisteredNurseRN.com, and today we're going to make a video on clinical nurse specialists. Clinical nurse specialists are individuals who provide specialized care to patients in a variety of settings. It's a very fascinating area of nursing. And in this video, we're going to give a brief overview of the job description, educational requirements, salary, and the job outlook for this particular specialization of nursing. Okay, so first of all, what is a clinical nurse specialist? Well, they're advanced practice nurses who specialize in care for patients with diseases such as cardiovascular disease and diabetes. They work in emergency rooms or critical care, providing their services. They are very versatile nurses, and they focus on many medical procedures and are in very high demand in the field of medicine. And some of the responsibilities that you'll have as a clinical nurse specialist include teaching, clinical practice, ethical decision-making, management, consulting, expert coaching, collaboration, professional and clinical leadership, and research. And their ability to assess the needs of patients tend to be more focused since they are specialized in particular areas. The skills of a clinical nurse specialist are greater than the skills of even the most skilled nurses due to their very specific specializations. And the specialization areas that clinical nurse specialists choose may include perinatal nursing, acute care nursing, infectious disease nursing, adult nursing, occupational health nursing, parent-child nursing, cardiovascular nursing, women's health, oncology, psychiatric, and even community health nursing. So a lot of different areas you can go into, and this is a really great occupation for nurses. Okay, what about the educational requirements? Well, they typically have a high level of education. Employers require a minimum of a master's degree in most cases, and sometimes you're even preferred to have a doctorate degree depending on your employment options. To start out, you'll want to go for a bachelor's degree for sure, since you will usually have to go for that advanced degree. It's best to go for that 4-year BSN degree. And when you graduate with your BSN degree, you can then sit for the NCLEX RN board and you become a licensed registered nurse. And at that point, you may want to get a year or two experience, or you can go back to get your master's degree or PhD, which can take anywhere from 2 to 4 years depending on which degree program you go through. Also, there are courses necessary to become a clinical nurse specialist within schools, such as nursing research, bioethics, pharmacology, advanced practice, and concepts in integrated health. That's some of the classes you'll likely take when you're seeking this additional certification. And you will be required to obtain the credentials of registered nurse, as I said before. So, it's really important that once you get your degree, you do take the state board's test and pass that. Okay, so what kind of a salary are you looking at? Well, there's estimated to be 69,000 clinical nurse specialists at work in the United States as of about 2012 or so. And there is a need for even more because they can work in a variety of settings, including long-term facilities, hospitals, and so forth. And because of their high educations, there is a good demand for those. The average salary that you're looking at is about $80,000, and that can be higher or lower depending on your experience, excuse me, as well as your whether you work in a city or a small town and so forth. And the lowest 10% of earners earn about $50,000 as a clinical nurse specialist, with the highest 10% earning wages of over $100,000 annually. So definitely potential is there for a very comfortable salary. And again, your location, experience, and certifications that you may obtain will play a role in the actual salary you'll receive. As far as the job outlook, again, this is expected to grow. Nursing in general is going to grow. It's one of the fastest growing occupations according to the BLS statistics, which means that within the next decade or so, nursing is really going to be high demand, especially with a lot of the baby boomers retiring and so forth. If you're interested in becoming a clinical nurse specialist or any other type of nursing, we definitely invite you to come by our website. It's RegisteredNurseRN.com. We have a lot of great free resources and articles to give you information about salary, how to advance your career, tips on passing nursing school and the different degree types. We have a lot of great resources there, so definitely stop by our website. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.